thought. I don't know how far you've gone with it at all. I don't know anything at the moment, but
Mhm.
I quite like how it works. I'd love to learn how to do it myself.
It goes it's limitless, mate, because that's the whole
Yeah,
point here, you know? You know, like this is limitless, same as that is,
yeah,
literally. Because, as Eckhart says, or it's like, as they say, you think you're a wave, but you're the entire ocean. It's literally everybody's walking around with their eyes closed, um, in a dream world, hurting, and it breaks my heart. Mm. Now, when I
they
say,
don't know that, and that's the
uh,
problem.
I know, but when I say this is limitless, it's limitless because just everybody's reality comes from their mind.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter what the eyes see or the ears hear. It's the story that the mind puts around it, which creates the reality, which is obviously what we're trying to unpick.
it's
Because
all a
it's not
distortion anyway.
exactly. So what we tend to find that the thing I struggle with is, this is, me being open with you. The people that tend to be looking for this know about it already,
Okay,
and they'll never get it because they're looking for it.
I'm gonna have to think about that one. Okay,
So
okay, because it's not about searching; it's
it
about letting
undoes
go of the
it
searching.
undoes the seeker, right?
Mm,
Yeah. So if you're seeking for this and then you get this, what was before is no more, is it? But nothing's actually changed. Because like I didn't know so this experience that this body has now, right? I didn't know that this experience existed 2 or 3 years ago.
yeah,
Yeah. So my point, the point I'm trying to say is most of the people seeking for this know it exists. And in knowing it exists and seeking it, they are by definition a seeker. And you can't see this when you're seeking. It doesn't work like that. So the seekers are the ones that never find that stillness, that permanence. Yeah, they can have a glimpse, like the work we've done together can get you there. But you've got to realize, everybody has to realize that you only need to be shown once and you know it. You know you did nothing, and that's how you did it. And that's why the seeker never finds it, because it's always doing something, it's always seeking.
Well, how does the seeker move beyond and grow beyond being a seeker? Surely they'd have to have an experience which helps them to let go of that attachment to seeking,
The
because
only the,
there
the,
is nothing else.
the only thing going on, right, um, in the human experience,
Mhm.
different there to here, is I don't have that contracted energy. Okay, now this is really, listen to this next bit. You know that contracted energy you get when you get an identity and a name at 2 years old, and you learn words and language and concepts, and you got to try and you get all these beliefs, and you have to conform, right? That energy, because before then, 18 months old, a year old, 6 months old, you're empty. You're not anxious. You don't know anything. There isn't, nothing is conditioned outside of what is genetic, really, at that age. Because even what they experience, they don't have the cognitive ability to retain it. It's just what's happening. And that's what happens here without trying. And that's what the glimpse was that I took you to. It's just what was happening. And in sitting in that stillness, in the just what's happening, is it? Because it's just what's happening. And so he's not sitting in the stillness, because that's just what's happening as well. Yet it's neither of those.
Okay.
The mind won't get it, mate. We will go round in circles. Do you know what I watched? I watched Terence Stevens yesterday, and I loved him. I loved this thing he did, and I'm going to do it with you. All right. Because, and I don't know if it's just because of my mind, I got it, but I've spoken to a couple of people about it this morning. So just take 30 seconds on your own to breathe and get nice and still, mate. Get yourself nice and comfortable. Make sure you're on Do Not Disturb and you literally do not get disturbed. Right. So I'm going to, this is Terence, okay? This isn't me. It's just beautiful. And I thank you very much to him. All right. So what's going on inside your mind right now?
Do you want me to answer?
Yeah, sorry. Should I give you some instructions, shouldn't I?
Whilst you're talking, which is exactly what your mind does, it finds references for the things we're talking about, which are similar or in some way connected.
Okay. Should we wrap it all up into the word thinking?
Sure. Okay.
Cool. Are you the thinker?
No. The thinker's not is separate to me.
So who are the thoughts about?
Who are they about? Who are they from?
Who are they about?
Different situations, different memories.
Who? Who's in each? Who's in every single one?
I am.
Okay. The me, right? The me. Okay.
That file about me isn't me.
Yeah. What is that? The me. What is that?
It's a cellular imprint just being replayed. Nothing else.
It's just a thought, right?
Yeah.
So what's that? Who's in that? The me, right? Still.
I'm always in that thought.
What's
Okay.
that? What's the me? A thought. Who's in that? The me. What's the me? A thought. Who's in that? The me. What's the me? A thought. That's the world people live in. That's why they can't get out of it. That's why the mind will never, ever, ever get it. It's been conditioned. You must listen, brother. It's nobody's fault, right? If you knew it, you'd be doing it already. I promise. Because you've seen it, you've touched it, you've felt it, you've smelt it, you've seen it already this week, in the past week. So it has, and you know, it hasn't gone anywhere. Even though we're talking, don't you, in this instant, in this directness, what I'm talking about and what you had a glimpse of. So if it hasn't gone anywhere, what do you have to do? If your computer screen doesn't go anywhere right now, in this instant, what do you have to do to keep looking at my face and talking to me? If it doesn't go anywhere, right. So if the isness doesn't go anywhere in this instant, what do you have to do to connect to it in this instant?
Nothing.
To do that. For no reason. The mind will put a reason. It'll give you an opposite. It'll give you a next. It'll give you a reason. It's its job because it only knows what it knows. It doesn't make any sense, brother. The longer you try to understand this, the further you're going to get from it. That's it as well. And it's not good or bad because it's just this, isn't it? Nothing's changed. No matter what words I've said or what stories have come out of this mouth, I'm trying to unlearn you. I'm not trying to teach you anything. I'm trying to stop you from trying to teach yourself how to do what doesn't need to happen. because it's already happening. All the time. You said it yourself. What is me in the absence of thoughts?
Can't answer that without thinking. So with an absence of thoughts, there isn't me.
That's right. So all of your thoughts that the me is in, which is me and my life, it isn't. It's not. It never has been, and it never will be. It's just this. And it already is, isn't it? What do you have to do to get this in this instant? In this stillness?
Nothing.
That's right, brother.
It's about doing, thinking, and saying nothing.
Let's keep going. Let's just go a little bit further. This is still Terence. This is from yesterday, okay? So in the absence of thoughts, would you still exist? If all you are is the backstory of the past isnesses of that body, yeah, which is a collection of memories. It's not a long tale of a lifeline. That's not real. You're not dragging that behind you, are you? You just remember stuff. But all you remember is all you remember. But all you know is your newest thought. That's all that's going on here. All the thoughts that come before the next thought, even if the next thought is a big red strawberry, it's still a thought. And it ain't this, is it? This directness, this instant. It's still a thought, though. We can think about it and talk about it. Doesn't make it real. So the thoughts are just the stories of the past and the future, using all that we know. And having spent some time with you now over the past week, being an extremely intelligent guy that you are, I have to tell you, your intelligence is blocking you. That's the paradox here, brother.
I agree with you.
The only way it'll portal to this place of isnesses directly is beyond the mind. And the mind ain't going to let you do that.
I keep going back to what you said the other day, though, which is continually asking myself, okay, I know how to do this, I know how to get there, which is about doing nothing, saying nothing, and thinking nothing.
Yeah. And when you was doing it,
and the question keeps popping up, and what's next?
Was you dead still when you was doing it? Like when we did it?
Yeah, and I can do it in a split second. It's that fast and impactful.
What about right now? Bang. Breathe into your lower abdomen. Nice and cyclical. Unlabel what is being seen. Amnesia. Unlabel it all. It's just what is. For no reason. It's not personal. This isness is not personal. It's got nothing to do with the backstory of that body, whatever you call it, a life, a timeline, thoughts, memories. It's got literally nothing to do with this isness. They're just snapshots of past isnesses. That's it. Without meaning, without any personal victim involved, without a need for anything other than this isness, because it's all there is already. So in this directness and stillness, brother, without moving, breathing into your lower abdomen, being aware of the sensations inside the body without moving, knowing you can handle it. As a grown man, you can handle it. Whatever is felt is what you're aware of. There's no story. Feel what you feel with amnesia. Feel what it feels to be human without a story. Unlabel, amnesia, feel without words. What's happening without words? Without a past and a future, what is a sensation? It's just the human experience without a story or labels or plans or resentment or a rush or a purpose or a contract. Without anything, it's already what it is. And all the words are made up, all the beliefs, people's beliefs are made up, and their entire lives are run by their belief system. And it's all made up. So we can relax in that. We can relax in that knowing that physiologically I understand why I have this cognitive dissonance is because I'm living in the stories of my life. I'm using all of my intellect, all of the combined sum of my learned experience, everything I've ever done, known, everyone I've ever seen, every book I've ever read, everything I've ever watched. I'm giving it all, my all the time, and I still don't get it. When 10 minutes ago, I said, those that don't get it are those that try to get it. Because you said yourself before that, you get it by doing nothing. And then the mind will just go, well, how do you do nothing? That's what the mind does. It's not you. You're the one aware the mind said that. The mind's trying to find you a next in that instant. Not this one. This is this one. Nothing to do with that one. No timeline. There's nothing tied to anything. Not in the natural world, not outside of the natural world, you know? It's just drama created by people's thoughts that they've been believing. It's the sensation in the tummy that they've put a story around and apply it to this isness when it was from 40 years ago. And it's not happening. The belief they have for that emotion that generates that in the tummy or in that up here is a trapped energy based on a belief that they had when the trauma occurred generally. And then our nervous system just goes, zoop. Don't worry about that one, bury that one. And that's it. And you forget about it. You don't even know it's happening. And what this isness, when you connect with this isness in the stillness, and by now if you do keep still, you will start feeling an absolute stillness inside. Instead of all of the stories and feelings that you've put around the last 60 years. Because the last 60 so-called years have got literally nothing to do with this new brilliant isness of this isness. There isn't another one. So don't be looking for anything other than this, because what that body is doing, how it's living, how it speaks, how it thinks, how it eats, how it sleeps, how it moves, all conditioned. It took 60 years of conditioning to create that. It ain't going to go on a Zoom call, brother. Doesn't work like that. You just have to believe that this feeling, this stillness what you have here, where there is nothing in between the words believe and not believe, there, when you look between the words believe and not believe, that stillness is always here for nobody. Remember, you'll have this recording and you can listen to it and stuff. How are you feeling inside the body? Just don't think, just close your eyes maybe and just wait for the answer from your gut. Trust your gut. Don't let your mind talk you out of whatever your gut tells you. Did your gut and body enjoy that little 5-minute experience? Do you think? Did it feel nice?
Yes.
Okay. How much did you have to think about doing anything?
It didn't.
Tell me you get that.
With a side portion of confusion.
The mind is confused. Your
I can
essence,
have
your
that.
isn't.
I can have that experience of non-experience without words, time, meaning, and I still go back to next.
Yeah, but that's because
What's the purpose of doing it?
it's new. No, what happens?
What's the purpose of the isness?
Okay, so the more you practice connecting with what is,
Okay.
yeah, your brain doesn't have to do anything because it's safe. It knows it's safe. It knows it's got food. It knows it doesn't need to, in this example, reproduce. So it's not trying to do that, right? And it knows that it's got a warm house. It's got a safe, like it's warm. It can be warm in cold places, right? It's got nothing. It doesn't have to be. The body's a very clever brother. Right? If you didn't learn to speak, if you didn't learn language, do you think you'd be able to survive without language? Do people who can't talk survive? We put so much importance.
They adapt.
Yeah, but they just have a different experience of being in the isness than that, than that, and than this. That's all. There's no story. They don't adapt to what? They're just different to you, to me, to a piece of grass, and to a dog. Everything is unique. Every single thing, brother, everything natural anyway, is unique. Nothing is ever made twice, ever. There'll never be another you, ever. Ever, 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 mate. And there's nothing you can do about that either, because that's it as well. If your mind is quiet, be happy. Smile and laugh. If it's silent, the body feels better than it did, enjoy that. Don't try and get more feeling better than it did. Enjoy it feeling better than it did in the isness, which is right in this instant, not a next. I'll do it after the next. I'll enjoy myself after the next piece of stillness, not this one. Don't do that to yourself, mate, because there's only this one. There isn't a next one. It's still this one. It's still still. And at some point, when you stop believing your thoughts, brother, by practicing this over time, you stop feeding. The energy that you feed over time gets less and less and less as the energy you've been putting into it over the last, assume whatever, how long, has just got stronger and stronger and stronger. It just works beautifully in the opposite direction without trying, because it's already what this is here is already what it is. And you can do whatever you want with it, brother. Do it gracefully, do it from the heart, and just don't hurt yourself or anybody else. You don't have to do anything for a reason. I think maybe that, I know you don't get that or won't accept that at this point, but that's the perspective. There's no reason to do anything, really, outside of the stories and the laws and the social constructs and the religions and the education system and the social expectations. And that's all made up. None of that is actually real, becoming, creating. It's not good, it's not right, it's not bad, it's not wrong. It's nothing, it's all made up. What isn't made up is the light coming through your window, the sound coming in your ears, the chair pushing in your bum and the floor pushing in your feet. That feeling, those feelings aren't made up in this directness, in this reality, in this instant, the only thing that's actually reality. And you have to accept there's nothing going on apart from the chair in your bum, the floor in your feet, and the sun coming through the window. And that's it, without a story. I'm sorry I'm shouting. You've got to wake up, brother. It's not anything you can do anything with, so stop trying to think, how can I do something with this? That's the mind. You are aware the mind is doing that. You're not the mind. So just sit in the fact that you're aware that the mind is doing that. And you just still don't have to move, because still nothing's happening, and still it is just this instant still. It's not next. No one's failed. There's no expectations. There's just one brother loving another brother across the internet, with the chair pushing in his bum and the floor pushing in his feet, and this light shining through the window. And that's okay if that's all that's happening. Let's sit in that, without speaking. I'll break the silence in a minute. Sit in pure stillness and just enjoy the stillness. If you want to, look between doing and not doing. Notice how it's still this moment. Notice how the light is still coming through the window. Notice how the floor is still pushing through your feet and the chair is still pushing in your bum. And you can still hear me through your ears. Is anything missing? Is there a problem?
No.
Why are you laughing, mate?
There isn't anything in the isness. There's no thoughts, there's no meaning.
That's beautiful. And that is it.
If that's what we're going to call it, that isness.
Yeah, you call it what you want,
mate.
Words break, but we have to communicate, all right? And that's why it's paradoxical, because we have to use words to talk about it, but words can't even touch it, can they?
No, you can't explain it in words. You'd have to write an entire encyclopedia just to touch it.
Eckhart says the great litmus test is if you can write it down, it's a thought. It's a lie. It's not true. It's a word, right? It's a word. It's made up. We've got no idea what anything is. It was all made up. And that's all right. And it's all right that we've overlaid a layer of words on existence, but we live under that layer, don't we? We live in the raw existence. We feel it all the time, that aliveness, that essence of Sodhi. When he connects with that 5-year-old brushing his teeth in front of the mirror, that essence that's in every day of your life, that you know what I'm talking about now, that you can connect to in the stillness, in the clarity. You know exactly your truth, even though the mind may not have given up yet. So what is Sodhi?
With or without thought?
In the directness, let's be grown-ass men, right? We're here to talk non-dualistically.
Okay.
Yeah, the message is non-dual. I'm trying to point you that way. So let's be straight up with each other. Given your experiences over the last few days and sitting in stillness and silence, breathing into the lower abdomen, go inside and just ask, what is Sodhi? And listen to the answer from the gut. There's no stupid answer, by the way. It's just your truth. You're welcome to keep that truth private or share it. Take the first answer and don't let the mind talk you out of it.
There isn't an answer.
Beautiful. And that's all right as well, isn't it?
If I dare to think about it to come up with an answer, it would just be you're just an observer observing nothing.
It's observing the unknown.
And you're aware without meaning, without judgment, without any feelings, without any thoughts.
Beautiful. That's stunning. That's it. It's so simple, it's missed. It's so simple in as much as the amount of effort you have to put into to experience it, that it's missed. Because people can't sit still.
I think what's challenging about it is that it's counterintuitive.
That's why
it's the opposite. It's the opposite of looking for something, and we're always looking for something.
Yeah, that's why it's a buzzword in non-duality, but that is why we use the word paradox for it. It's not even the word non-duality doesn't exist, brother. It's just a word. There's just what is, and even is doesn't exist. All right, there's just it's just energy, aliveness, and then you can write your own story any second and live it any second, because there ain't no tail, is there? There's no life that you're hauling on your back. Really, it's just thoughts, and some of them hurt, because some of the isnesses over the past 60 years were shitty, weren't they? But they're not this one, are they? They're not this one, are they?
They don't exist there.
That's right, darling. That's it. That's all it is. That's literally all it is. The non-dual. It's that recognition. It doesn't mean that, oh, I'm enlightened and I'm back. Right?
Is that supposed to have goosebumps?
It's good. It's beautiful energy release. Right. Let's be really still now. Feel the sensations in your body without speaking. Breathe to your abdomen. Watch your thoughts without adding. Once you sit in that stillness, listen to the silence between my words and the silence underneath my words. You'll know here, doesn't matter what stories I tell you, that silence is still there, isn't it? This all appears in that silence, doesn't it? In that stillness, that bubble of awareness. So even doesn't matter what's going on in the outside. There you go, brother. It doesn't matter what's going on in the outside world. It all goes on in when you watch your thoughts and stop believing them, stop reacting to them, stop using them. Just be here with this isness, like you are now. for no purpose, for no reason. You feel the seeker has collapsed in you, don't you? That was that giggle was, by the way.
I can hear and understand everything you're saying, but there's no thoughts about it.
That's exactly
None.
what I'm about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's how I knew it.
No thoughts about it. Without the thoughts, there's no
Clarify.
meaning, there's no judgment, there's no existence to it.
Yeah, and there's no problem with that either, is it?
No.
No. And if there is, you've created it yourself out of your thoughts, haven't you? So now you've got to go and clear them up consciously.
Then you're back in duality.
Exactly. But that hasn't gone anywhere. That's the paradox. That's why this isn't a new enlightened rebirth. This is changing your relationship with your existing thoughts, existing memories, I should say. And when you change your relationship with your existing memories, and you see your memories as a database, as a stack of cards, instead of all of the cards lined out over 60 years, they're just a stack of cards on top of each other, of memories. It's not a life. It holds nothing, zero relevance to the direct isness of this. It's just how you got here.
Do you know how long it takes a Buddhist monk to stop his thinking?
I'm not interested, because you believe this, because you're not a Buddhist monk. You believe in someone else's story. I'm not interested.
Okay.
Beautiful. Do you see my boundaries, brother? I love you. You know I love you. But do you see my boundaries? Because I know I'll go and look that up, whatever you tell me. And I'll go and it'll speed, it'll go, has the potential to just create another spiral that is not required, because the sun's out, the light's shining through the window, the floor's pushing through my feet, the chair's pushing into my bum, and there's nothing happening ever outside of thoughts. And why do you believe that when you can only do it sitting still, you can't do it? Why do you believe the mind when it tells you that? The mind telling you, no, that's not it, man. Make sure you don't forget how to do it tomorrow. It's a bastard, man. Tomorrow don't exist. There's no next. It's still this, isn't it?
You don't forget this. You can't.
Beautiful, man.
Because you're not looking. You're not looking for anything.
I'm going to rewind. So go nice and still again. Don't think. Get out the way. Close your eyes, please. And breathe into your abdomen. Take the answer from your gut. What is Sodhi? Whenever you're ready, just speak. Keep your eyes closed.
I can't answer it.
Well done. And that's all right, isn't it?
There isn't.
And how's it feeling in the body, mate? Go inside. Just connect without speaking first. Give it 5 seconds. Check in everywhere. Scan from head to toe. Give me a real first time in your adult life where you haven't been in your thoughts, where you are here with the body that's always here in the isness. In that stillness, man, which is a different level for no reason, for nobody. It just is beyond the conditioned mind, where there isn't a Sodhi. There isn't a man, there isn't a brother, there isn't a husband, there isn't a dad, there isn't a granddad, there's not an uncle. There's just that. It's not even a that, it's what is. that infers something separate to what is, okay? And it's not. You're not. I'm not. There isn't a separation. Because if you remove the word rain, what separates you from rain? So, brother, what you've discovered, just to make this really simple, and again, thanks to Terence for this, I loved how he summed this up. He said, The you is just a backstory. He ain't wrong, is he?
No.
Who are you? I'm a backstory. How are you? Oh, I'm this. What's this then? Whew. Beautiful, isn't it? It's mind-blowing. It's unfathomable. It's sobering. It's cruel and funny at the same time. And here you see there's no life that exists that has to be maintained. There's no one that needs to be impressed. There's no character of Sodhi that has to learn and know, because knowing is the prison. That's the wave when all along you've been the ocean. How are you feeling emotionally, brother? Feeling?
I'm quite calm and relaxed. There's still a lot of crap there.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
Of course there is. And the more you sit in the stillness, brother, I'm sorry to tell you, the more crap's going to come up, because it's been trying to come up for 60 years. You've been running from it. You've been trying to outsmart it. You can't outsmart it. It's crushing you, man. Give yourself a break, love yourself, walk, move, stretch, meditate, exercise, diet, sleep, meds. Meditate, exercise, diet, sleep. If you've got any time left, chuck it in at number 5, man.
Meds. Okay.
Are you okay? You have to learn to sit in that. Just that is it. Because you think it's not that, or your mind telling you, oh, you can do it better, doesn't change what this is.
My doctor's going to look at me weird when I tell him I don't need those. I've got my own meds.
Make sure there's plenty of healthy animal fats in that as well, man. No sugar.
Yeah.
Minimal carbs. It's holistic. Yeah, I love you, but you're not blind. Okay? You're either smart or you're not smart. Choose. You can't have it both ways. You can't have a body like that and think you're smart and know what you know. There's a disconnect. Now you've discovered it. You've been living in your mind.
You can't have a body like that unless you put yourself through a lot of pain.
Of course, brother. Of course. But it's nobody's fault. It's not your fault.
No.
I've had to lose 6.5 stone, like 90 odd pounds.
Fault
It happens to
doesn't fix
all of us.
anything. Fault doesn't fix anything. All fault does is fix the blame.
That's it, man. It's just a story anyway. Fault. It's your conditioning. It's the same. It's all the same thing. Any words are all the same thing. They're pointers to nothing. And just have gratitude in this direct instant and feel it in your heart. Have gratitude for our friendship. All right? This hasn't made things worse. I know it feels it because you're fucking feeling for the first time. That's why it feels worse. That's why everybody who wakes up says, oh my God, I thought I was going to feel better. It takes a little bit of integration, mate, and practice. And that's why you sit in it. So that you learn to sit in that thing you've been frightened of all your life without even knowing. And that's being alone in stillness. And then when you sit in it as a 60-year-old man in the isness, you realize, what the fuck was I afraid of? And it just falls. And that's what happened. That's why you don't feel it in your gut anymore, in your chest, that tightness. Do you know what I mean? I assume you don't.
It just collapses.
Yeah, that's right. That's all it was. But that creates the tension, which creates the busyness, which creates all the stories. All that's actually happened is at 2 years old, there was a everything else is a symptom of that.
You see, we started this conversation today with you asking me what I do. And then I had to make up a story that I've created all my life to tell you what I do. And it's just a story.
Story. That's it, brother. Perfect. How liberating.
And it's like, I'm not that story.
You legend, man.
Like when someone, you meet people and they say, well, what do you do? And normally it means, what do you do work-wise? But that's not who you are.
Of course you ain't. It certainly ain't gonna make you happy, is it? There's no happiness anywhere other than here. And it's you to decide whether you want to live the life today that you've always dreamed of, or if you want to keep seeking for the isness that is already this. Because you can't unknow this. You're a smart man. Just start looking after yourself and nourishing yourself. And I can help you with that if you want. As I said, I've lost 6.5 stone myself, 90 odd pounds.
Yeah. I think I started telling you the other day, I know already I've made a mistake in signing up with this gym and nutritionist, because just looking at his nutrition sheets, there's no way I'm going to do that. I know it's crap.
Yeah.
It's straight out of college. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. If it were, right, we're the smartest and richest as a humanity in general, smartest and richest, debatable, but smartest and richest we've ever been that we know of, I think. Certainly that's my generalization. We're the unhealthiest physically we've ever been, mentally we've ever been, emotionally we've ever been, financially we've ever been.
In our relationship.
Everything, mate. Everything is in the toilet.
With nature.
Everything is in the toilet because everybody is afraid. And the reason everybody is afraid, because they have that, and they don't even know it's in them.
Because they bought the story and they keep building it.
They're in the matrix, man. You see it now, right? You see it? The drugs, the alcohol, the education, the religion.
I thought a long time ago, just now I see it differently again.
And nothing's changed. Remember, all of this is a story now. All you can look after and do thing for, brother, and make happy and healthy is that body. Not Sodhi, not the character of Sodhi that you've been carrying 60 years. Fuck him off. Get on board with the body here in this direct moment. You can only ever do one thing in the isness at a time, physically. So choose wisely, because everything else is a thought. One thing, that's it. At the minute, it's having a Zoom call. And that's beautiful, it's fine. There's no next, is there? What's next? What's your next thought's going to be before it comes? Tell me. And we think we can plan and predict, and it's just what it is, and it's just happening already. And we're here for the ride, and it'd be whether that body was here or not, this would still be happening, wouldn't it? Beautiful, man. Perfect. So look, know that there's nothing else to know about this. That's it. And it's up to you whether you want to practice, interjecting moments of silence initially through practice to start breaking up the energy in the past and in the thoughts, yeah. And then over time, brother, and just to set your expectations, 2 years, okay, in and out, 2 years. All right, this ain't a game show. It's your brain and your body, and it ain't going to do anything better than it's doing unless you put anything better than what you're putting in your mouth and you start moving and looking after yourself. All right. I love you, man. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.